secured home of the drones.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you
Want to
shoot
know
them
the
down?
truth? They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been
Do you have any reason to think they're a threat?
Two quick questions. First,
I like how Trump was talking about. I really like. I swear to man, the man is a prophet. I swear he got to be to a degree, because, and I like the truth, because he's like, they know what's going on. I don't know. This is stupid. Why are we worrying about it? They know the garage that it came out of, where it shot up.
Yes, they can go right to the spot where it is and knock it out. I mean,
current president is ain't doing nothing about it. But you know, they sitting there talking. I just heard them media. They said they think he ain't even on Earth.
Well, we
no
know
more.
that's fake.
That's why
I
he
can't
saying
stand when
nothing.
people do that, though. Don't do that.
Me?
No, I'm just saying people when they make up stuff like that. That's just cold blooded. Now,
But listen,
well, yeah,
Trump is the only one that's saying this. Everyone else is like, well, we don't know if it's a drone. You got people saying, oh, it's it could be the Southern California Edison flying over there. They're doing surveys. People, stop. It's the government. Leave
So
it
my
alone.
question is it the
call it what it
government
is.
or is it extraterrestrial?
This is what I believe. I believe that the government are flying. The government is the drones. The orbs aren't controlled by man. The orb little light stream, not the one that blink orange, green, and red. The one that's a solid orange that looks like Ezekiel circle that shows picture. I believe that they're flying for those things, because typically when you see a bunch of drones, because there's an orb right there in the space, and they're close to wherever the orbs are.
What are the drones looking for? Like, is
orbs,
alien
life forms that's sitting there floating around. That's why they're in these places, because they're everywhere where an orb is.
Doesn't this remind you of the movies? How they have these zombie movies, and what was that movie with the big? It was like, was it World Z? No, that was
World
with
Z?
that was with Brad Pitt. It was the other one where the woman girl, she was really acrobatic, and she was like, they came to get her, and she was in the Mike Epps was in that one.
Oh, you're talking about
because it was a big
Doom.
Yeah, it was a big not Doom. It was a big virus that went out, and then everything you can see it on the news. Resident Evil.
The T virus.
Yes, it kind of feels like they didn't know what it was.
Well, let's go.
But yeah, that's kind of like what it feels like.
Yeah, I want to see what.
I digress.
What Fox News was talking about it too.
Then the people got away. Everybody in government in helicopters, they gone. People just trying to get out themselves. Anyway.
I want to see here Fox News take on it.
President Trump said, I canceled my trip to Bedminster. Remember, the drones were kind of around Bedminster. So watch what he said.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a...
Yeah, I know. We just saw this.
The government knows what is happening.
There you go.
Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you shoot them down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
See that But
Well, Guy, we know he is
just on a side note, that was the key. He said, so he's aware. Trump, and I believe that's why he says it so much with confidence. Like, man, they know what it is. Like, so when they asked him, have you received an intelligence briefing? I don't want to comment on that. Yes, that's why I'm telling y'all fools what I know.
Right. But I can only tell you so much.
But I can only tell you so much. I like when Trump, when he get his thinking mode, he turns 12. He be like this. He going thinking mode.
They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs.
Ooh, that was
receiving
so
intel briefings, but he won't comment on the drones in particular.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people for the last few days have been saying the government must know what's going on here or have a better handle on it than what they're sharing with us publicly. And then that's exactly what the president-elect just said. Basically, we know, and they're just not telling the public. So I think that will fuel some more discussion around this issue. You described the press conference, Kaylee, more broadly as freewheeling, and it was definitely that. It went on for quite a while. I think it is appropriate for heads of state to respond to questions this way on a regular basis. He's not technically head of state yet, but kind of seems like he is, right? Given the absence and just the muted volume on almost anything from the current president. Even with the freewheeling nature of that, and it was definitely...
Trump is already president. Biden, where's Biden? Nobody's talking about Biden or Kamala. These people have disappeared off the stratosphere. It's
absent.
Trump is already serving as president before he's back in. He's already president.
Yeah.
Definitely wide-ranging. You've worked with him very closely. I've just been an observer. It seemed like there was some restraint by his standards as well. He covered a lot, but not quite as much bravado. That was at least my impression.
Without a doubt. And, Ainsley, one thing I think he does well is he gives Americans a window into the American presidency. I mean, I just think of some of the most horrific moments, shootings, for instance, that happened during the Trump presidency. And he would bring in the victims and have these really emotional, raw conversations. And all of the country got to watch it.
Yeah, and he would pick up the phone and call the individuals' families.
That's because he
of
loves
the
the people.
young ladies who were killed by illegal immigrants. He would come out on the garbage truck just to prove a point that you want to call us garbage? Well, that's fine with us. We're proud to be a blue-collar worker.
That was
I think his messaging has been spot on, this time more so than the last time he ran. I think that press conference covered a myriad of different topics. That's so refreshing. We got an answer about the drones. He thinks the government knows. We're at a point now where we trust him so much because the alternative is a White House that lies to us about COVID, that lied to us about Joe Biden's health, that lied to us about the border being secure, that now we have an opportunity to trust a president. And when he comes in and he tells us, I support something, then I think more Americans will support him too.
Absolutely.
Morgan, a big part, no doubt. Morgan, a big part of communications is instilling public trust. And I think having this dialogue with the American people instills that.
Yeah, and I think what he had to say about the drones goes to instilling public trust. After the Biden administration was not clear about the Chinese spy balloon, that's when people started to say, well, wait a minute, something's up. And so I'm glad that he was forthcoming about it. I also want to say, out of everything he said today, there was something really important and personal, I think, to me and so many others. He talked about the American hostages. And we still have at least 3 American hostages that are alive. We have other bodies there. I can tell you it was so important to President Trump in his first term to get the remains of the Americans home from North Korea. And he got more hostages home in his first term than any president in modern history at the time. So I know that it means a lot to him to get these Americans home. He said Hamas would have hell to pay if they didn't get them home by January 20th. And I just want to thank the president for that. I think that's hugely important that he has shown a light on this when this current administration seems to have forgotten and left Americans behind in Afghanistan and in Gaza and around the world.
This administration didn't get their way, so they completely went into the dark.
And but yet, look at all the people that your boy is pardoning.
Yeah,
spies.
He pardoned 3,800 people.
Spies. I'm just like, please,
pardoned
but
the
yet
most people.
But we have citizens in other countries who need to be free.
He pardoned the lady who had the biggest scam going on in, I don't know what state that was, but the woman had scammed 52, I felt like John Witherspoon, I said that, $52 million. The city hate this woman, and she embezzled $52 million, and he pardoned this woman.
I mean, what made him?
Joy, I think this man was just going down the list pardoning people.
He didn't even care. He wasn't even like,
but he didn't pardon Fauci. They said he didn't pardon Fauci. But he went down the list. I think, you know how you ever taken
January 20th.
have you ever had a scantron? It's probably don't qualify. Would that for a test or something that you ain't studied for, and you just go down the list and be like, that's what Biden did. I like that name.
He didn't care.
Such a nice name.
And the question, the re-ask after that was, well, what does that mean, hell to pay? And he said, well, it won't be pleasant.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine if he's able to get an end to the Ukraine war, the Israeli war, hostages home, a Saudi peace deal, all of those within the realm of possibility.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
All right.
Yeah, man, it's a shame, but it's time. It is so time for him to be up in there. It don't make no sense. But just look, and that's what I said. That was one of my main arguments for my vote for him was that he truly shows that he has a care for people. He really want to sit down and talk to people of all walks of life, races. He doesn't care about that, even though they tried to smear his name as being a racist. A person who cares about people won't do the things that he's done. And even the first time in office, and even before he got in office, he was doing things to help people. But anyway.
On that note, 2025 about to be the best. Y'all chop it up, man. Y'all smash that like button. Man, come on, hit that like button. It's best for the algorithm.
And I'm going to say this, if you're an entrepreneur, your cash is going to be quadrupling if you're out here grinding, getting it in, boo.
That's right.
You better be taking advantage of these opportunities he's going to be allowing for us entrepreneurs. Come on.
Yep. We'll see you on the next one.
Love you guys.
Bye.